Now, if you told car and van drivers on our busiest roads that you could easily remove hundreds of HGVs, they would want to know how and when. Well, this area's canals and rivers are busier than they've been for decades, and there's pressure to use them more, as just one barge can carry the same as 18 trucks. Our environment correspondent, Paul Murphy, boarded a new freight service between Hull and Leeds.
It may be 53 years old, but the Farndale is enjoying a new lease of life. And this means regular trips from Hull to Leeds and back with hundreds of tons of cargo. At the helm, bargeman John Branford says the green credentials of these vessels make them increasingly relevant.
You don't need to be much of a clever person to know that, like, if you leave Hull, tide's going to push me to Goole with 500 and odd ton. I can run this engine half speed. When I go back to Hull, Eb's going to take me back. And you've one engine going, and you've all this waiting.
Full use of canals might well relieve rail and road congestion.
They were once the lifeblood of the industrial north, but as the world got faster, barges fell out of favour. The Farndale and other vessels are now regularly seen gliding through the Humber estuary and on into the inland canal system.
Our canal network was built to move freight, to move products and goods and all the rest of it. Obviously that use has dwindled, and now we've seen the rise of pleasure use as well, but there's still room on some of our larger waterways where it's suitable to do so, to use our waterways to move freight.
On this 70-mile trip, the load is builder's sand. It would take 18 lorries to do the same job. Now, progress along the canal and river system might feel sedate, but it only takes about 12 hours to move this massive 300-ton load from Hull to Leeds. And in Leeds, there are even plans for an inland port to take even more freight off our roads.
The environmental benefits are so great now that people are getting really excited. That barge has got an engine no bigger in moving 500 tons than an engine in a road vehicle moving 28, 29 tons. It's incredibly efficient.
In the 60s, river were full of barges. Have we gone forward or are we going backwards? I mean, water, you can't beat water transport. You know, I mean, it does my head in really when I think what could happen.
The barge is back, though for some, it never went out of fashion. Paul Murphy, BBC Look North, on the air and Calder navigation.
That's fantastic, isn't it? And fascinating.